Alright, so what's my role again? Yeah, you're the Black Toe. You can transform from a foot with a bow tie into a foot with an outfit. It also conveniently gives you super strength, especially when you drink this authentic African potion. Wait, you're gonna make me drink that? It's like a mix of mud and water. So dirt? Yeah, exactly. Alright, tie him up. Wait, what? So, how do you feel? Ugh, a little drunk, but what was that? It tasted terrible. Only Bembolia's finest. A mixture of spit, herbs, and some dirt. It should give you superhuman strength. Yeah, but like, why? Obviously so we can pander this movie to the foot enthusiasts. But don't you guys think that instead of trying to pander to one type of people, we should like, work on making an actually good movie with morals and a message? This is the movie industry. What did you expect? Alright, so I know what you're wondering. How is Black Panther bad? Black Panther's good. There's black people and tons of cool action. Well, I mean, if you enjoy shallow messages that are at the end of the day the same thing you'd hear from listening to your teacher tell you to love everyone, then go ahead. Like really, this is the exact kind of stuff you hear from the substitute teacher, just without, you know, less talk about Mexicans. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with that conversation. It's not worth the total 3-4 seconds of internet fame. Maybe my substitute teacher got on Ellen, I don't know, man. But people acting like this is a cinematic masterpiece, you know, a 10 out of 10 experience, you're a little wrong, alright? You're a lot wrong. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a very well-made movie. There's lots of impressive shots and other movie production keywords that make me sound smart. And you know, it's a very enjoyable experience, but the whole thing is a little silly. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't exactly expect Philosophy 101 from a guy in a fancy cat suit that lets him fight super strong people with silly haircuts. Like my boy! My boy! What's on your head? What are you, The Weeknd? Hey, what are you guys doing? Just setting up the camera so we can later upload this movie to the internet. I told him the quality would be absolute ass, but he wouldn't listen. Yeah, but there's no point in using that footage, plus you'll set off you know who. Who? The copyright. Shh! Don't say it too loudly. Look, just get some wigs. We're gonna reenact the movie, alright? Where's the fun in that? I mean, you know, it's a unique and creative way of getting through copyright filters. You know, making somewhat original content. What? You're actually gonna put effort into a YouTube video? Are you crazy? Only a lot. So yeah, the movie starts off with a generic African accent dude narrator telling us some backstory. Apparently this material, the strongest material ever known to man, vibranium, was caused by a meteorite. Essentially, they're copying Terraria. Like, what next? They're gonna make the entire planet a cube? Stay woke! Also, something that annoys me is just the whole concept of vibranium. Like, I know it's there to give us a reason about anything happening, and it's also justifying why a third world country has holograms of super space technology, but it just makes no goddamn sense. You don't just put a word and add EM to it and make it a metal, usually. It's like making obscurium. Doesn't that sound stupid? What's it gonna do anyway? Make you irrelevant? Let me just, you know, take some of that and, never mind. Didn't do anything. Also, some other important points establishes that, you know, the Black Panther is essentially God. Like, no, he's literally God just because he ate a flower. It's nice when that happens. Let me just go outside and shove this flower in my face and become the new president. Alright, kid, you're the new president. You know, that was a really bad impression, but hell yeah. Where's the nuke button? On the third room to the right in the corner? Oh yeah, say goodbye to Norway. But yeah, there's this one tribe that apparently broke off because I guess they're so angsty. Mom doesn't understand. And unsurprisingly, they play the role of the characters that the main cast go to for help. They say no, but in the final stretch of the movie, they actually do end up making an impact. Wow, I did not see that one coming. More creativity coming out of Disney Studios. It's nothing ground-shattering. In fact, I think it's a trope that many other predictable movies employ. Now how about that? Toe 1,290,801. Black Panther 0 baby. No, not like 0 babies though, that's China. Then we fast forward to 1992, where we find a couple of kids playing basketball and we never learn anything about them. The kid with a chain, yeah, that guy, he's the son of Guy 1, and Guy 1 dying serves as this kid who later goes by possibly the best supervillain name ever, Killmonger's motives. Like, imagine you've just been kidnapped by someone and on the back of their van it just says property of Killmonger, 2012 copyright. At that point, you might as well, you know, just accept death. You're not getting out. It's a 1 in 3 chance. So essentially, Guy 1 knows of the Black Panther, and he's supposed to be some sort of upper in the social system of Wakanda. I don't know, honestly. But Guy 2 is actually working with him, and it turns out Guy 1 is a traitor. I guess this is a part where if this was a TV show, they'd like play the ooh sound effect, you know. The kind that's highly compressed and stolen off of YouTube. Quality's expensive, guys. Also, you know, just take some really bad CG rhinos. That's a good use of our money. Anyway, Guy 1 is Guy 3's brother. Guy 3 is the Black Panther. Some bald chicks come in, you know, they break the stereotype. I mean, hey, you can't have fake hair if you don't have hair at all. And I don't get why you shave your head anyway. Hair's a valuable asset. Someone looks at you funny and you just whip them with your hair, whether it's attached to you or not. It's a very elaborate fighting technique, right besides the iconic Hadouken. Imagine playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo Deluxe Remastered, released for the 14th time, and they let Ryu just throws hair at people. Hair attack. Anyway, a blue space thing hovers over the kids, which implies that Guy 1 is going with the Black Panther to Wakanda to discuss some things. You know, maybe the funeral, because spoilers, he dies. It's honestly really out of nowhere, and this guy doesn't look like someone who'd go around murdering his family members. Hide your kids, your wife, even your second half cousin. This dude's looking for a killing. And yeah, that was the intro to Black Panther. Buckle up, kids. It's gonna be a long and bumpy ride. Like when you drive on a road that was badly paved 30 years ago, that's essentially this movie. A bump here, some messages about race here, and a lot of mediocre stuff in between. Maybe you drop your ice cream on the floor, well, tough luck, kid. T'Challa, the present-day Black Panther, is watching TV about the death of T'Chaka, who was the previous Black Panther and his father. Yeah, that's totally not confusing at all. It's like naming your kids Tyson, Tyler, and, Fred. It's gonna be pretty hard to distinguish them at family reunions, especially the Fred. God. And yeah, Black Panther set on a mission to, kidnap someone. Hey, when heroes do it, it's okay, but when I do it, I'm sent to jail for 15 to 25 years. The judicial system, it just isn't fair. You know, there's a lot of fighting, and to be honest, it's pretty well choreographed, and while it's kind of boring, it's a nice reminder that this is a superhero movie. But I have to say, when you have a bunch of people aiming guns at some dude in a cat outfit, it's pretty silly seeing no one hit him. They're literally less than 5 feet away from him, and yet he comes out completely unharmed. Whatever, maybe they just had the lower tier grunts out there, you know, the C to Z tier ones. So yeah, they get Black Panther's ex, which must have been especially hard to explain. Like, imagine you're gonna meet with her parents for the first time, and you just introduce yourself as the so-called King of Wakanda. They're either gonna kick you out or turn you into Area 51, either one. The bald girl, the ex, and the black guy fly the UFO into the real Wakanda, and I mean, it's nice, you know. It's pretty much a scene made for the big reveal of the trailer. Don't even deny it. Like, really, how does this even work? Like, what if you just have a normal UFO? Do you just hit the border? Because that's not a very good way to hide your country. Not all of us Americans are that stupid. We find out from Mom that T'Challa is essentially going to be crowned King of Wakanda. I guess before he was just the king, but only in thought and prayer. I guess the dead guy was still the official king, you know, making business decisions while he's 6 feet under. I really hate when I'm trying to pay my taxes, but then I realize I'm dead. Happens every Thursday, to be honest. Cut to someplace in London, and we see a dude with silly hair who's looking at the tools on exhibit from ancient African tribes, and he's pretty much like, "Oh yeah, I'll buy this off your hands. In fact, I'll give you an offer. $0. That's a pretty good deal too. You're not gonna find money like this anywhere else." Naturally, the lady's confused and she's like, "Alright, what did you just say, you little..." And Killmonger essentially goes off and no one really cares. But then Patchy the Pirate bursts out of nowhere and they essentially shoot up the place. "Arr, matey!" Wait, he's dead. Ooh. Then they just leave because, you know, no one knows what a British 911 is, I guess. Or they're just really good at killing people in the UK. Either one, they get away with it. 911, hello? Some guys just killed a bunch of people? Do you have any concrete proof? Aren't there security cameras? Security cameras? In a museum? Are we rich or something? So yeah, back in Wakanda, there's tribes preparing for the ritual. More people are essentially getting sacrificed to Zubu the god, and everyone's doing this really silly dance. Like, they're doing things for traditions, and then there's just being stupid. If I had the choice between doing this belly dance and dying, well, I'd probably just do the dance, to be honest. Dying hurts, man. But anyway, T'Challa, he's essentially going to be pronounced king, but surprise, surprise, the 5th tribe that apparently just, you know, kind of screwed off in the beginning shows back up, and they get their big muscular guy called Ape Man to challenge him. I mean, yeah, apes are strong, but it's like, that's the stupidest name ever. Is he just a hairier version of the Hulk? Because apes aren't anything special. You know how many are alive? Like 2 million. Like a Spider-Man, he can like shoot webs out of his ass and do that kind of stuff, but what can an ape do, really? They're just larger, smellier people. They're like Canadians, but hairier. Anyway, T'Challa gets drugged up, no issue there. Like really, they say the drink is supposed to give him powers of the Black Panther, but honestly, what's really in that other than maybe steroids and blue jellyfish dye? And hey, you don't want to mess with blue jellyfish dye. It's dangerous, man. It's responsible for at least 100,000 deaths a year, right behind arguments on social media. Just close your computer, man. Like the big X, what the heck is that? But yeah, T'Challa wins, no surprise, but he gets stabbed in the stomach in the process. I guess this is just a daily occurrence in Wakanda, huh? Only a bruise here and there. Yeah, back in Ohio, if we get called a mean name, we just sit there crying for 30 minutes. It's almost like a habit at this point. Anyway, after the ceremony, he's sent to the ancestral plane, meaning they drug him and do voodoo magic on him. Honestly, I don't know. And it basically serves to show that T'Challa doesn't feel like he's ready to be the king, but his dad's essentially like, suck it up, pussy. I really don't understand why they have to bury him in sand, though. Like, I think he's fine, guys. You don't have to bury him yet. We're not even in the second half of the movie, and the main character's already getting buried alive. Jesus Christ. Anyway, after that incident, the main guys are informed that there's some bad guy and a robot dude, and they're going to South Korea for no reason other than I guess everyone was already in South Korea when they filmed this movie. So they go, and it's okay, I guess. There's a big fight scene in the pub, the bar, the food store, and the bald girl from earlier actually throws her wig at someone. It's great. Stupid Americans. Also, I guess they kidnapped the shooty shoot guy who would necessarily destroy some ish. Like, come on, man, that costs a lot of money to buy that. It's an authentic South Korean import, you know? Also, there's some CIA agent who serves as the basic for some jokes about white people, and he almost dies, but with the power of vibranium, whatever that means, because, you know, that's how metal works. You can just give someone some gold and they'll stop bleeding. Maybe. And they're able to take him back to Wakanda to heal him. I guess it makes sense, but there's no real progression in the story other than having the movie explain that, yes, Wakanda isn't a third world country, and they do have high-tech shooty shoot stuff. We get it. Yeah, I thought all this high-tech stuff just came from aliens, you know? Mao just came down and bartered with them. And who said aliens are bad? Give that off the screen right now. Okay, at around this point, I wanted to avoid it. I really wanted to. But the humor, it becomes really stupid. There's about 4 or so pop culture references at this point. What are those references? 2 references to SoundCloud, and Claw singing What Is Love, because I guess it's random and funny. Lol XD. Yeah, isn't that the worst thing you've ever heard in your goddamn life? Good. Now go clean your ears. Now usually I don't care, you know, memes exist and big companies have kind of noticed this and realized that they're fairly popular on the internet, but it's like, the joke here is literally just a reference. Already What Are Those is dead and unfunny, and SoundCloud, it's just gonna date the movie more. In 15 years, when people rewatch this, they're either gonna not get the joke and be confused, or they will and they'll just cringe at how dated it is. I'm saying this and the movie came out like 3 months ago. Like, just imagine having to explain to your kids what a Vine is, or what an Ellen is. They're gonna laugh at you and immediately use Flipistry, the 3rd biggest social media network, right behind Wikipedia. Moving on, there's an epic car chase scene, and all it really shows is that, yeah, this is a superhero movie with explosions and pop music. No one really dies or gets impacted at all. It's kind of just a waste of time, honestly. Claw's taken by Black Panther and the aforementioned CIA agent, and Claw essentially goes insane. But he also spills the baked potatoes, or maybe the slightly cooked potatoes, I don't know, about Wakanda. They do have technology, but obviously, Black Panther and friends deny it, even though they later take Koss to their lair, so what was the point? Are you really proving your point? Like, do you want a gold star? Do you want a golden cookie? You probably shouldn't eat that, by the way. Gold isn't edible. Like, did you really have to play the lie that hard? Anyway, Killmonger essentially re-steals Claw, and everyone just kind of goes home with disappointment. Back in Wakandaland, we get some backstory about T'Chaka, the old Black Panther, Killmonger's dad, and Zerti, who was Guy T from the intro. But pretty much, T'Chaka kills Killmonger's dad, which later set off Killmonger, which is now why he kills people and he wants to overthrow T'Challa so he can run Wakanda. Jesus Christ, it's like one big race to the throne. The space race. I guess that makes Killmonger Mother Russia? Actually, that explains a lot. And I mean a lot. If you think you're so clever, don't you, Eric Joseph Monger? Anyway, since Killmonger isn't a stupid poopy face and he realized how xenophobic Africans are, he gives them a gift, a bloody claw. Yeah, that'll probably make a great Christmas ornament with the robot arms and all. And yeah, they fall for it. But also, one of the main figureheads of Wakanda are like, you cannot be king because you're not part of us. Which I guess means racism is okay? But Killmonger's like, but wait, there's more! And he does a thing with his bottom lip that shows that he's actually one of them. And yeah, they pretty much just argue it out. And Killmonger and T'Challa are arranged to go at it for the throne. Also, Koss wakes up and he's like, what the hell, this isn't Africa. But they tell us that, yeah, Wakanda has magical tech powers, and they give us more insight to Killmonger, showing us that, yeah, he's not from Wakanda. Surprise, surprise. Have you noticed that this movie really has to hammer in these points, as if you're not a functioning person? Wow, I'm so glad I took my 4-year-old child to see this movie. It really taught them a lot about how to get on top of cars going 80 miles per hour. As long as they don't forget to eat their animal crackers. So yeah, T'Challa and Killmonger, they essentially go at it. And they remove T'Challa's strength with an anti-potion. I don't get how this works. Like imagine if you could just give Superman a drink and make him a normal person. Get on it, Lex Luthor. I just helped you. Like, the point is to even the fight. Why'd they give it to him in the first fight? That's an inconsistency. And it only serves the purpose of showing that T'Challa is weak and feeble. And no one cares about him. We hate him. He takes an L to Killmonger. Die. Also, Killmonger kills Guy 2, who is by far my favorite character. Like, I really just can't believe they do something like this. God, I hate DC. T'Challa is essentially assumed dead for the entirety of like 2 minutes, but because we know it's a superhero movie, specifically a Disney movie, I don't see why they bother. Like, we all know they don't just kill off the main character, and because it's such a big trope, it's not really suspenseful or anything. It's just kind of there, you know? Killmonger takes over the throne, and he too is drugged, and we get more dialogue between him and his dad. Spiritually, though. Dad, what's in this book? It's a wonderful book, all the way from Africa. It's called Mein Kampf. One day you'll grow up to be a great dictator too. Are you sure this isn't from Germany? No, son. Everything comes from Africa. People, water. Are you really sure this isn't cultural appropriation right now? No, that cannot be possible. We are black. So Killmonger makes some orders, but the old people are like, you can't do that. It's not part of the tradition. So in typical supervillain fashion, he just burns everything. You know how many trees you killed, right? Or I don't know, papyrus plants. Meanwhile, the bald girls and the only white character, the sister, and the love interest form a rebellion because, you know, that's really gonna stop this huge muscular dude with a cat outfit. And they find out that the mountain guys were the ones who saved T'Challa, but he's in a coma, so they have to bury him again. He talks to the elders again, and he wakes up like he just nutted again. The girls offer to work with the mountain people, you know, talk out their differences like adults, not like most people on the internet, especially Skype. Please stop. But they just pretty much just get laughed at, which is pretty pointless considering that they do end up helping anyway, so that part was really just padding. Moving on, Wakanda is essentially propelled into a civil war of sorts, with T'Challa's big return just kind of being shrugged off like, yeah, he's back. Like, hey, if I was Killmonger, I'd probably just tell him to stick it and continue killing more innocent people too. Can you really blame me? Like, just look at this dude. Look at the dots. So yeah, add some fighting, add some CG rhinos. Actually, can we talk about these for a minute? They look so bad. They're genuinely the only bad CG in the movie. Just because of how horribly it messes with the real world environments. I appreciate how detailed they are, but this is a little too ambitious, you know? It just looks really fake and plastic-like. It's like literally someone just took Nicki Minaj's ass and they just molded it into a rhino shape, although I guess if you're using someone's ass, it's just gonna look like a big blob. Killmonger kills one of the bald girls. Honestly, I don't even know her name. Her only trait is that she's bald, and like, I'm not judging. I love me a bald girl every now and then, but she's definitely one of the lesser important character deaths, you know? It really just shows that, yeah, these people are patriotic as hell, and they'd rather die than just take an L. Like, come on, man. Don't even fight it. He's the ruler of the entire country. And it just shows that, yeah, wow, Killmonger's willing to kill people. Yike. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to be around this guy if he dies in Super Mario Bros. 3. Koss is given a hologram to fly, and he does some terrorist stuff, and he just kind of shoots down everyone. You know, it's just another day in Wakanda. Ignore the Civil War, please. It's nothing. We deal with this like 3, 4, 8 times a week. Also, Black Panther's getting pretty beat up, but then when he sees his sister getting attacked, he then decides to use his powers. Like, yeah, Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal beforehand. You know, you ever just get beaten down, but like, it's not that big of a deal. So you just kind of sit there in the fetal position. Yeah, me too. Anyway, there's this really climatic final battle between T'Challa and Killmonger. Evil versus good. Old world ideologies versus more modern ways of thinking. And yeah, it's just kind of there. It actually went somewhat like how the movie I starred in went. Alright, man. I really don't want to do this. I don't care. I'd rather die in honor than... Yeah, we get it. You die at the end. Come on, man. Why are you even doing this anyway? Is it really worth the money? Well, I mean, I'm doing it for the same reason you are. What do you mean? I'm not a complete sellout. Come on. We know your integrity went out the window with that review of Twitter. No, I'm not just doing it for the money, you know? I think being a figurehead for all feet is a very important thing, you know? Diversity. Really? We both know you don't enjoy this, so what's the point? To pander to a token audience that, at the end of the day, you really don't care about? To appeal to Tumblr? Just focus on what you love, kid. Making good content. You know what? You're right. Screw this. Also, I guess you're supposed to die, so... sorry. What are those? 21? Wait, this isn't a joke. He's actually bleeding out, guys. He's dying! Don't worry, just whatever you do, don't take out the... Let me just help you there with that. Oof. No, it's alright. He was supposed to die according to the script. The public, they don't have to know about this. Whew, that's a relief. I'm glad I got to get away with murder. Thanks, Hollywood. Honestly, this ending portion really makes Killmonger one of the more likable villains, despite the fact that he murders people seemingly for fun. Like, this is really how he'd spend his Friday nights. He just wanted to see what his dad never showed him, milk, but also the sunsets of Wakanda. Now, most smart people would think that he's manipulating T'Challa so he can kill him, but he genuinely doesn't do that, which threw me off. They watch the sunset and then T'Challa pulls the spear out of him, ending the reign of Killmonger. I hate when I have a huge-ass spear in my stomach, God. I do like what Killmonger represents. His life was short-lived, but he really knew what he wanted, and rather than be confined to a prison or jail for the rest of his life, he'd rather just end the suffering, you know? I think it's supposed to be poetic or whatever, but it's just hashtag relatable. Also, I have to nitpick, but if he only dies when the spear's pulled out of him, did T'Challa really just carry him all the way up a cliff with a fucking spear poking out of him? It's kind of ridiculous. Just imagine, someone stabs themselves in the skull and you just have to walk with them to the hospital. You'd either look really incriminating or just really stupid. Oh, dang, we're getting pulled over. Hey, officer, how are you? Oh, you know, I'm just doing... Good lord! What is happening in there? I know this looks really bad, right? But my friend Dan, he kind of got stabbed in the head, and so I have to drive him to the hospital. This is all your fault, Dan. Anyway, everything goes back to normal, and I guess the people who chose Team Killmonger either just died or stopped being there. It's really weird how that works, isn't it? When half of your entire population just disappears out of nowhere, and no one acknowledges anything again. It just kind of ended off with T'Challa finally taking his sister to the same place where his dad killed Killmonger's dad. Nothing like family bonding over a little bit of family murdering. I really just love to go and eat out with my dad at the same pizzeria that his brother was buried at. It really just lightens the mood, you know? The UFO from before flies down and the movie ends with one of the kids asking who T'Challa is. And I guess this is the part where everyone in the crowd is supposed to say, Black Panther! But everyone was either asleep or maybe his name is just ZZZZZZZZZZZZZ. And I just walked into the wrong movie theater. And yeah, that's Black Panther. To be honest, while I did nitpick throughout the entire thing, it's a pretty well-made movie, like I said. There's some nice messages and morals, and while yeah, they're not that complicated, it's a Disney movie. I don't know what anyone expected from the same wash, rinse, and repeat formula that's been prevalent for like 10 million jillion years. A jillion gazillion. Wait, are those even real numbers at this point? Oh, I guess it's on the online dictionary, so it's legit, right? The internet, am I right? And I don't want to be racist, but like some of the accents are a little bit annoying. Like, I get why they talk like this. It's supposed to replicate how actual Africans talk. And from a guy whose dad is African, yeah, he talks really silly. Like, you can barely understand him usually. It's just a bunch of spit coming out of his mouth. But here, it's just really bad. But here's the thing. Where's the all-German movie? The French baguette, anyone? Maybe the British tea? The only movie starring a talking teacup? Nope. We don't talk about that. Come on, it's been over 50 years now. Swedish people really don't get enough representation in movies. And honestly, they just need to make an all-Austrian movie already. Even if it is just a marketing scheme made by a bunch of black people to get money. So yeah, the movie was alright, I guess, but it really wasn't worth the $5. What do you mean? I mean, yeah, it's well made and all, but it's not that deep in the messaging. It's pretty basic, honestly. Are you calling Black Toe a bad movie? No. Oh, hell nah. What you say about the movie? Man, this dude talking about Black Toe. No, guys, I'm not saying it's that bad, you know? I'm just saying it's not that deep of a movie. Alright, give the squad a swan. Hey, guys. I better start running, huh? Well, I guess that's what happened when you criticize any popular piece of media. Yeah, especially when there's a horde of people just willing to defend out of pure allegiance. I just meant like making online movie reviews. I knew that. You didn't, did you? Yeah, I did. That movie sucked ass. Alright, what did you say? Alright, we're fighting. No, I was joking. Really? Because I hated that movie. Whatever.